Capricorn, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your week ahead reading. It's the 30th of March through to the 4th of April. I really just wanted to do a reading this week, just asking Spirit for a message for you guys. I've been doing it for all of the signs. You know, we're going through a really kind of precarious time. It's different than anything I've ever known, and anything that most of you guys have ever known as well. It's quite scary, the whole thing that's happening, and how we've had to change and adapt to a new way of living in a way. So I really, taking that into account, I felt that it was important to kind of do a message that hopefully will encourage and help some of you guys going forward. So for the reading, we're using the This Might Hurt Tarot deck by Isabella Rotman. Now, no pun on the name or anything like that. It's just a really good, clear deck, and the illustrations are amazing. For your spiritual advice, we're using the Psychic Tarot of the Heart for Oracle deck from John Holland. And if we need to use any clarifiers, we always use, we're using today the Thelema Tarot, but I've trimmed and edged this one without any of the titles on. It's just beautiful to use it in that way. All right, let's get shuffling your cards. Okay, so Capricorn, let's have a look at what the message is from the universe. I've got a feeling I've put these the wrong way around. No, I haven't. Right, that's fine. So the King of Wands is the first card to show up this week. The universe kind of wants you to let you know. The King of Wands is about being active. It's a card about somebody who is motivated and determined, and somebody who's got ambitions with the King of Wands. This is somebody who is highly positive. So the Wands tend to have this kind of very much a can-do attitude in life. No matter what's happening, they always remain kind of positive and optimistic and that type of thing. You've got two people here, King of Wands and the Queen of Wands together. So we've got the King and the Queen and two in a reading together. And usually when you get kings and queens of the same suit, they're sharing something here. So these people are sharing energy, okay? Because it's a King and a Queen of Wands showing here, Capricorn. So really this is about sharing your energy this week. And some of you guys need to share, because with a King and a King and a Queen of Pentacles, they will share a value. So they'll share values because Pentacles represent value. King of Cups and the Queen of Cups share love, or they're sharing harmony. It's a harmonious relationship. The King and the Queen of Swords, well, they've got this mental connection going on. So they're sharing thoughts and ideas and that type of thing. So the King and the Queen of Wands, they're sharing energy basically. So these are two people who have the same kind of energy. They've got the same kind of, focus, the same kind of, ambitions and motivations. So maybe this is a week for sharing your energy. For kind of sharing your energy. If we had a world card, it may be sharing energy with the world, for example. But you've got a Three of Coins reversed. Okay, so I think it's a week for, the message is the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Then, I don't see these as people. I see these as energies, all right? I think it's a week for, but doing it apart. All right, so the Three of Coins shows up in the reverse when we're not in the same space, because this card can actually mean kind of doing things at a distance. You're not a part of the group, or you're not working together in a team. It's very much a card about detachment, or detaching from the team, or detaching from a group. So maybe this is, and also remember the wands represent ideas. So maybe this is a week for sharing ideas, but doing it in terms of kind of, you're not doing it in the same room. You're not doing it as a part of a group, but you're doing it kind of as outside of the group with the Three of Coins in the reverse. So this is a week for sharing your ideas, but doing it, I guess, from a very safe place with that Three of Coins in the reverse showing there. The Sun energy showing here. So the Sun is all about the fulfillment of something here. The Sun is all about new beginnings, but it's also something that is being fulfilled. So maybe you're able to fulfill something here. The Sun energy, the Judgment card showing here. So both cards, this is the fulfillment card here with the Sun energy showing here, and the Judgment energy is all about a new phase, a new beginning, a new world. So this is all about a new beginning, a new phase, fulfillment of a new phase showing here. So the advice this week, or message, Capricorn, is King of Wands, Queen of Wands, sharing ideas showing here. So the sharing of ideas. at a distance will be able to fulfill the sun energy. Perhaps there's something new that is going to be fulfilled here. So the fulfillment of a new stage or new phase will be fulfilled. I think it's almost saying that it doesn't matter if you share ideas or if you share energy from a distance, because you're still going to be able to fulfill, you know, you're still going to be able to fulfill a new stage or a new phase of something here. It just feels like it. It feels like it doesn't matter even if you're at a distance and you're working at a distance from each other, because the Three of Coins is in the reverse. So we're not interacting with each other here. So even if with the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands energy, you're sharing ideas, but it's at a distance with the Three of Coins in the reverse, because you're not actually in the workplace here, you're still going to be able to fulfill the next stage of a project or the next stage of a, you know, something that you need to do. The new stage of a project, basically, with the Judgment energy showing there. Let's have a look at the next message. Now, there are worries here with the Nine of Swords. There's a bit of anxiety in a few ways, and we're getting a lot of swords. I generally find that we're actually getting a lot of swords in these readings showing up for this week. There are worries and anxieties here. Four of Cups energy about being isolated from others or having to isolate, because now the thing that I really love, one of my favourite cards within the tarot, Capricorn, is the Four of Cups, because you can interpret that card in an amalgamation of ways. Sometimes the Four of Cups is where he or she doesn't want what is on offer. They don't want the opportunity. They don't want the invitation. But can you see here, the cup is being held out, and in this time, what we're being told to do is socially distance ourselves. So this is somebody who is inviting or offering something to this lady, but she's probably saying no. Her hands are down by her side because she's saying, I can't take it. So there's worries here at not being able to take things that are on offer. You know, not being able to take opportunities that come your way because of what's going on, you know. Let's have a look at the next one showing here, the Two of Coins. But you have to work out, yeah, I think that it's saying that even though you may be worried about not being able to kind of take the opportunities or, you know, the invitations or the offers that come your way, Capricorn, now is the time with the Two of Coins, and that's you on the card, because Two of Coins is first deacon in Capricorn. So now is the time to try and adapt to this, to try and manage this energy with the Two of Coins energy, and even to turn things around with that Two of Coins energy, because the Two of Coins can mean positive transformation. So now is the time to try and manage this energy and to try and kind of go with the flow with that Two of Coins energy showing here, and adapt to it as well, because a lot of what I'm seeing in the reading is the need to adapt to what's happening in the world right now. The Lovers energy showing here. So the Lovers, this is having to compromise. So now is the time to try and compromise or try and navigate with the Two of Coins energy, these close relationships. The Lovers is about closeness. Okay, let's have a look at the Lovers and the Knight of Swords. So pursuing love, pursuing with the Knight of Swords, or protecting relationships in order to protect. Now I think this is to protect relationships. Remember, the Knights, they are protectors of the realm. So this is about protecting the relationships, the close relationships, the close bonds. What I think is going on here is, it feels to me, Capricorn, that this week the reading is about protecting the relationships that you've built with others. Even if you can't be in the room with them, there is a need to kind of focus on how you protect these things. Because some of you guys are worried here that you're going to have to turn certain things down. Now, it could be, for example, if some of you guys have met someone, you like them, but you have to socially distance from them. Maybe some of you guys are kind of like, oh, I don't know whether this person's going to lose interest because I can't go out with them. You know, I can't go and see them. I can't go and, you know, go on a date with them. So this is all about trying to, with this Two of Coins energy, work out with the Two of Coins. You need to compromise, work out with this Two of Coins energy how you're going to protect the relationships that you've built, whether it's working relationships, whether it's romantic relationships. It feels like you were in the process of building some really important working relationships, whether it was love or whether it was work. But now we've got this social distancing thing, and it may not be so might not be so easy to sustain those things. So the universe is saying, look, you can still share ideas, okay? You can still share ideas and you can still share energy, even if you're not in the room together, even if you're not working closely together, because we can see when that card's in the upright, you're working closely. And again, that's you on the card because it's Three of Coins. We've got first deacon in Capricorn, second deacon in Capricorn, third Sorry, in the Three of Cups. So first deacon Capricorn, Two of Pentacles, third deacon Capricorn, second deacon Capricorn, Three of Coins. So this is you working with others. So, you know, usually, you know, when you get a King of Wands and a Queen of Wands, they share the same energy. All right, and some of you guys are probably worried with this Nine of Swords energy showing here about it doesn't show it, but you're worried about that energy depleting. All right, so whether the energy is about, you know, I've met someone a couple of weeks ago, we shared this amazing kind of energy together and, you know, but we're not in the same vicinity right now. We're not together right now. I don't know whether we can keep the momentum, because I think that when I look between the lines on this reading, Capricorn, it's all about trying to keep the momentum of the situation going for some of you guys. And I do feel that some of you guys are worried that you're going to lose that momentum because you're worried that you can't take what is being put on offer to you here. You're worried that you can't take an opportunity or an invitation, or you can't accept somebody's love right now, or, you know, you're having to reject these things because life has changed with the Two of Coins so much. So, you know, the universe is saying that if you're feeling like this, just know that you can still share the same energy and you can still kind of talk and share the ideas. Even if you're not in close proximity to each other, you're still going to get a good result out of this, because the Judgment energy is the result and the Sun is the good. So even if you have to share, you know, energy apart with the Three of Coins in the reverse, just know that you can still get a good with the Sun result with the Judgment energy. Because remember, the Judgment is the result of a situation. Remember, with the Judgment energy. So when you get the Judgment card, it's also what's resulting from the actions, because Judgment is, you know, it's the cause and effect basically, isn't it? It's whatever you put in is what you get out. You know, it's a case of with the Judgment card. So, for example, think about the Day of Judgment. Whatever you've done in life, it's going to be judged by a higher, you know, a higher being. So it's whatever you've been putting in is what you're going to kind of, you know, what you're going to kind of get out of the situation. So even if you're worried, I think, Capricorn, that you can't say yes to certain things, that you know, that you're being limited in terms of taking opportunities or offers or whatever it is, just know that with the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands, that you can still share the same energy, you can still share the same ideas together, even if you're not working closely together. It's simply, you're still going to have a good result with the Sun and the Judgment card. You simply need to work out a way with the Two of Coins of how you're going to protect those relationships that you've been building. All right, so it's just simply about working out a way and also changing the way that you protect the very thing that you've been building and the very thing that you've been kind of working towards, you know, becoming closer to, whether that's a working project with someone or whether that's a romantic thing with someone. There are ways around this thing, but again, it's a case of being kind of innovative, working out a strategy and being creative. You know, there are all sorts of ways to skin a cat. Just because you can't work in close proximity or be in close proximity with someone, it doesn't mean that the energy is going to falter. You just have to kind of, with that Two of Coins, work out a way on how you're going to protect those relationships that mean the most to you. Let's have a quick look at what the spiritual advice is from the universe. So universe, spirit in 2 cards. What is the spiritual advice for Capricorn on this reading? What is the spiritual advice for Capricorn in 2 cards? So your spiritual advice is you need to trust. There's the Fool card. All right. So you need to trust, Capricorn. Okay. That you're going to have the joy and stability that you seek. All right. Because that's where this is coming from. It feels to me like you're trying to protect whatever the relationship is, whether it's a love relationship or a working relationship. You've gotten very close maybe to someone here. Very close indeed, Capricorn. And you guys with the Knight of Swords and the Lovers, you really want to protect that energy there. All right. But, you know, and you're worried that if you can't accept certain things, or if you can't do certain things, or you have to turn down or reject certain things, you're worried that maybe there's going to be a change. Okay, but the universe is saying, don't worry about this, because you can still kind of keep this energy in the, you know, you can still keep the energy alive. You can still share ideas, okay? Even if you're not closely working in close proximity together, if you're not in close proximity, you know, you can still get a good result. But the key card here is the Two of Coins. You just need to work a way of how you're going to protect the relationships that mean the most to you at the moment. And the advice is trust that you're going to have that joy and stability that you seek, because that's what you're worried that you're going to lose. That's what you're worried that you're going to lose. But you need to trust that this is all going to be okay. All right, my darlings, that is your reading for the week, Cappies. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. Have a great day, have a great week, and stay safe. Take care, my darlings. Bye-bye.